What real-life cheat code do you know? I find that if I drink water when I wake up, and then drink coffee later, that I feel better and have more energy throughout the day. When you are really angry at someone, write why you are down on a piece of paper and sleep on it. If you are still angry about it in the morning, talk to them about it. This has saved me from making a big deal out of relatively small things. Respond with a friendly and polite attitude when someone is being an asshole. It shuts them down 90% of the time. Eventually you develop a reputation for being calm and consistently friendly with assholes. So if you do decide to cuss out or be rude to that last 10%, your coworkers and boss won't believe the complaints. What you gonna do about it? Customers. Even if it is on sale, you still have to spend money. When it looks like someone isn't going to give you space on the sidewalk, I stop walking and pretend I've stopped walking because something on my phone caught my attention. We're now no longer playing king of the sidewalk. They're faced with the choice of walking into someone standing still, or moving to their side. I've never had someone not give me appropriate room doing this. If you press the clitoris and G-spot at the same time, the vagina takes a screenshot. If you're a parent and want to enjoy some time undisturbed, use the cheat code I'm gonna take a nap and when I wake up we'll all do chores together on your kids. They'll want to let you sleep as long as possible to avoid doing housework, so they'll leave you alone to actually nap or do other things like read. There's hundreds of free certifications you can get online and add to your resume. Throw a few on your resume that are relevant to your career and they'll become a conversation piece during the interview. They won't land you the job by themselves, but they'll make you stand out among other candidates. Write it down, whatever it is. Then you don't have to focus on remembering it or worrying about it. The simple act of writing it down makes it more real. I always have a pen on me and paper close at hand. Make lists. Keep a budget. Tell someone you love them. Jot a reminder. Doodle. People don't think about you as much as you think they do. Pay daily expenses and bills with a rewards credit card and pay it all off each month. No interest that way, but you keep the rewards. Just make sure you can pay your bills and daily spending. Shredded palm inside the breading. Chicken palm gets that sexy crunchy outside this way. If you want to be rich and successful in life, just have parents that are rich and successful. Way easier than having poor parents. If you want food to taste good, butter. I used to think there was something restaurants did to make food so delicious, and they must be amazing cooks. I'm sure some of them are, but when my daughter was a toddler, she was underweight and the doctor told me to add twice as much butter to my cooking for her to get extra calories. Turns out, butter is amazing. Half the time when you eat something that is just heavenly, it isn't magic or crazy skills or exotic ingredients. It's just butter, and lots of it. Order a McDouble dressed as a Mac. It's a Mac without one piece of bread for $2.50. It's not really a cheat code, but you can get out of the map with LSD. Simple calisthenics every day can significantly improve your quality of life. Use VPN to change your area for content that is not available in your area. If you jump, punch, jump, squat, stand, look back and jump, punch, you'll get tired easily, but you can lose some pounds if you do this a few times every day. My engine light came on, so I covered it with black electrical tape. Wow dude, that's very unsafe. You have to put a Chiquita banana sticker on it. Give a customer a longer estimate knowing it won't take that long, and then that way it impresses and pleases them when you gets the results more quickly. This is a cheat code, because it gives the impression that you've worked harder or faster, when really you're just manipulating expectations. This can apply to most any timetable or deadline. The easiest example would be a hostess at a restaurant. Tell a party it will take 30 minutes to be seated, knowing it will actually take 10 to 15 minutes. This technique was mentioned on Star Trek as a ploy the engineers would often use to impress the captain. You can cast a mass aggro spell by saying "Hey, what's up every pony? Please, thank you," and generally being polite. If you say you are a social worker, most companies will just tell you any information you need, believing you are helping someone. I actually am a social worker, so you know, I can abuse this power for good. This one is especially true on Reddit for some stupid reason. If you want an answer to something, don't just ask. No one answers. Instead you deliberately put in the wrong answer. Is this how you do something? XYZ. People just love to correct you. They just hate answering straight questions for unknown reasons. 98% of problems get solved with a nice nap. Don't be yourself. Be the best possible version of yourself. You can always improve on something. Get fit. Dress better. Work on your conversation skills. Hone your talents. People will really want to be around you and life will get increasingly easy. Flexing your thighs will call blood away from your member, cancelling any erection. In short, your main vein has an off button. Reverse psychology in children. Tell them not to do something you secretly want them to do, and they'll do it almost every time. This works great for pictures if you can never get a real smile. Tell them that absolutely positively no smiling or laughing. This is very serious picture business. Then see them have the most genuine giggles. Sadly, they grow out of this. Then the only option is to starve them for 2 days, 3 if they're hefty, and tell them they get to eat if the photo smile is convincing enough. When customers were a-holes, I would say dick hair with an accent as they left. They never looked back. Until one day, a Karen and her trailer park boyfriend, Kyle. There were many customers around and I repeated take care. Everyone agreed I said take care. If anything seems too big or too difficult, break it down into small steps. Actually sleeping 8+ hours a night. Trying sleeping at 10 p.m. to no less than 4 a.m. every night. This is when your body has enough melatonin and get the sleep it needs. Most people wait till they are literally falling asleep while watching TV or their smartphone. By then you have already messed up your natural sleep cycle. I always ask for a romantic table when making a reservation at a restaurant for a date. Usually my date and I get seated at the restaurant's quietest or best table. I've also occasionally received a free drink or dessert, probably in an effort to help me impress my date. Highly recommend. This is kind of a lame one, but knowing all the backroads of busy areas in your city even if you don't live nearby. Reuse popular questions to get free karma. You can press firmly on the back inside of the vagina to help with constipation. Tried it. Still constipated and now my girlfriend is annoyed. You can get in just about anywhere with a hard hat and a clipboard. Metamucil biscuits. Nicer than gulping down the powdered drink. But I still have only 1 or 2 wiper dumps. 2 sheets of toilet paper into the toilet before pooping reduces splashback. Life saver. Have a coffee then a nap. Wake up refreshed AF. Work smarter not harder is a lazy cop-out 99% of the time. You won't find the smart way to do something if you're not willing to work hard to get there. I had to do this 8-hour process once a month in Excel, so I wrote a VBA script to do it in minutes. I now have 8 hours free every month. But I had to learn VBA to do it. Keyboard shortcuts. Seriously. The GUI is nice if you're not sure what you want or need to look around. But memorize anything you do 3+ times per day. Your productivity really goes up. Use multiple recruiters during a job search. When they ask if you any other offers, make them compete against each other to find you a job with the highest pay. Put on yellow or orange vest. Now you can steal police station and they will help you. So true. When I was a trucker I was amazed at the places I could sneak into undetected just by wearing a reflective vest, boots and a hard hat. If you pretend to be confident long enough, it'll trick your brain into actually being confident. I know the secret knock to a drug house in my college neighborhood. My sophomore year of college I drove my pothead roommate over to this pretty nice house on the outskirts of campus. He has me parked down the street. We then walk around to the side gate of the house, and into the backyard. There's this heavy green metal door in the back of the house, and he goes and knocks on it with the theme song of a certain TV show. 20 seconds later I hear a metal rail on the inside of the door being moved, and then the door opens. We walk in, go down some stairs into the basement, and there's like 30 college kids down there smoking weed. House is still there. I know the secret knock. Me and a few friends at school discovered how to boot up almost any app from the Google Play Store on the Chromebooks the district gave us. And I mean any app. All fun and games until someone gets caught with Cornhub on their laptop. Cornhub, you go to school in Nebraska. If you need something done at the DMV quick and don't have a reservation, arrive about 20 minutes before they close. They are required to serve all customers, and none of the employees want to be there overtime. Shit gets done fast. A basic mechanics toolset, floor jack stands and YouTube can save you tens of thousands of dollars in auto repairs. Most aren't very complicated. If I don't know something I suddenly need to know, I look it up on the internet. If you blow into a juice box, the pressure causes it to squirt your juice into your mouth, so no sucking required. This is not my cheat code, but one I heard from a grandmother whose young 3 to 6 year old grandchildren often spend the night before bedtime, hold a dance party for the kids, play them some loud music and have them dance around. Join in if you can. When bedtime comes they'll be out like a light and probably stay that way till morning. For her kids, she says it takes about 4 to 6 dance songs. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. When a toddler or anyone is having a meltdown, as an out-of-ordinary question such as what color is your shoes, it tends to take their mind off things. Be in a rush. Hardly anyone bothers you, and the people who do usually have a good reason. Crockpot. That is all. With most of the trucking companies I've driven for, you can get away with almost any decision if you can work the word safety into your explanation. I've never had to use the phrase safety wreck, though, so that's probably an exception. You never really have to give 100%. Save some of yourself for yourself. If you're smart, quiet, nice, and you get good grades, I can 99% guarantee that you can get away with not doing your homework once or twice. Teachers will believe you even with a lame excuse like I can't find my homework. That's the power of having a good reputation. If you work for a dickhead, it's often easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. Become friends with the janitor, the security guard, the receptionist, the office boy, the boss assistant, and the lady who serves food at the office cafeteria. You may need a favor someday. Car making a concerning noise. Just turn up the radio. If someone on the subway is staring at you, then stare at the shoes. It really irritates them. Don't act like a douchebag and good things will happen to you. If I just open up new credit cards to pay for old credit cards, I can pretend to be rich forever. If in America and poor, look into Job Corps and/or Alaska summer jobs. If you're in the UK, there's an insurance comparison company called Compare the Market. The way they set themselves apart, because really, they're all basically the same, is by having an actually really kind of good set of reward schemes called Meerkat Movies and Meerkat Meals respectively. For the former, you can get 2-for-1 cinema tickets on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. For the latter, you can get 2-for-1 food at a fair number of restaurants. Sunday to Thursday. You get a year's worth of access to both programs whenever you buy insurance through them. Fortunately, it's any kind of insurance that works. 1 day's worth of travel insurance for a UK-based trip will set you back about £1.50, which means that you're almost certainly going to save money by getting it as long as you use the program once in that year. $20 is $20, so accept the drunk dude's request. Ingesting DMT unlocks a bonus stage. Give children a choice when you want them to do something. Like, instead of saying "Can you clean up your mess?" say "Would you like to either clean up your mess or do the dishes?" Make the second one a lot more likely for them not to choose. Be rich. Congrats. You won life. To write papers in college. Just paraphrase Wikipedia articles and cite Wikipedia's sources as you go. I'm almost done with college and have employed this strategy on every paper I've written and have never gotten below an A on a paper. Why wouldn't you? You cite your sources and created a paper. In the end, it doesn't matter where you get your info, but you basically always paraphrase an article, an interview, or whatever cause. That's how finding out stuff works. Wikipedia is a good source as long as you remember to cite the sources, not Wikipedia itself. If you step on someone's foot, their mouth opens like a trash bin. Also, people fall for the "Hey, what's that on your shirt?" trick more than you'd think. To build a rapport with someone, then feed their own words back to them. Don't paraphrase. For example, if they say "I'm afraid of heights," then don't reply with "So you suffer from vertigo." Instead, just say, "So you're afraid of heights?" This is a tried and tested NLP technique. When I do this, my mum calls me a parrot. Your mum calls you a parrot. When you got an assignment which due date is too close, send in a blank Word document and tell them it's broke. Same goes for PowerPoint. If it's a video, just send 5 seconds of darkness. Only works if your professor is an idiot, or just doesn't care to deal with the bullshit. Instead of arguing with the wife on almost anything she is wrong about, just say, "Okay, I can't stress the word almost." Food is the way to anyone's heart. 9.9 times out of 10 it will work. Money isn't real. Stand in the single rider line at Universal Studios and most times they let you ride together anyway. When there's nothing to do, look like you are doing something so your boss won't complain. To avoid walking into someone walking towards you, look in the direction of where you want to go. They will see your eyes facing one way, so they'll go the other. When you both look at each other, you don't know where they are going and vice versa. If you use code "no salt" when ordering McDonald's fries, you can annoy the McDonald's staff. Oh, and you get fresh fries. And free spit. You're telling me with one sentence I can get both fresh food and a fresh drink?